Hey, what's cracking? How are you doing today? Hope this video finds you doing well. I hope everything, my friend, is going your way. It's cold outside here today. I woke up there with snow on the ground. It's cold out there, so I'm bundled up in here, hanging out with you. I want to thank you for clicking on the video. If it's the first time you've ever watched one, my name is Ricky Dye, and I went to prison when I was 15 years old. I was there for over 20 years, and I was in all the roughest places, medium and maximum security. And I can't go back and change the things I did that got me put in prison when I was a kid, but I can make these videos and try to inform people on what happens when a 15-year-old goes to prison. Share the things that happen when you go to prison at a real young age, things that I faced, some of the things I've learned, some of the things I've saw. You'll enjoy the videos best if you'll start at the beginning, where I talk about what led me to go to prison, what I went for, and how I ended up in prison with the adults when I was just 15 years old. So uh, that's what these videos are about, and then you'll enjoy them best if you start at the first and then watch them through, kind of like a series. Today, I'm going to jump right back into my story. If you've been keeping up, I'm at Hinton, and I was at Hinton for 8 years. So, like I said, these stories about Hinton, they're not in order because I can't remember them all in order, to be honest with you. 8 years was a long time, and some of them get jumbled in my mind. So, as they come to my mind, I'm going to kick them out. And if I forget some, I'll circle back to them later, like I have other stories. So, in today's story, I want to tell you how karma bit me in the ass. I tried to do something that a lot of us try to do that you can't do. I tried to make a deal with God. So what happens is we decide we're going to make a deal with God. Things are going bad for us because we don't usually talk to him much when things are going good. Let's be honest about it. But things are going bad for you. You really need something to happen. And you say, God, if you do this, I'll do this. So you're setting up the whole deal. You're telling him what he has to do, and then you're agreeing to what you say you'll do. So you're not really leaving him a lot of choice but to agree to this deal. Imagine trying to make that deal with someone here face to face. I mean, I don't think it's going to go over, but say that you get what you asked for. You don't ever keep your end, or most of us don't. I didn't. So I was sitting in A&R, and I was hearing all these horror stories about all the stuff that happens to these kids, and I'm just 17 years old. Just turned 17 a month ago, and I'm fixing to hit the yard, man. And I got a 20-year sentence. I'm going to be here. You know what I'm saying? I'm not just going to go in here for a little while. This is going to be my life. And I don't know if I'm going to even make it out of there. So I'm setting up an A&R terrified, man, because at this time, young people, young guys around my age, if they go to boy, I don't even know no one that's quite as young as me, but guys that go a little older than me, they're getting raped, man. They're getting their booty tucked. So, oh my God. If I mean, I'm not going to say it ain't possible because 4 or 5 guys can hold you down. Hell, one guy can choke you out and do what he wants to. But I'm just going to tell you, after that, we can't both live there. I'm not going to tell anybody. I'm going to try to kill whoever does that to me, man. And so I'm talking. I'm like, hey God, check it out. At the time, man, I'm reading my Bible every day. I am sunk in the Word. Psalms 91. I was so into the Bible that I read it was better for a man to cast his seed into the belly of a whore than to spill it upon the ground, the gift that God had given him. I read that, and so I wouldn't even masturbate. No way I was going to sin like that against God. I mean, I was trying not to sin at all because I was counting on God to protect me, man. I mean, I was terrified. So I tell God, make this deal with me. You always let me win. I'll be in the right. I will never start it. If I'm in the right, I'll find a way to let me win or get out of it. That's how afraid I was. Never admitted that before. But that's how scared I was. Going to medium security prison when I was 17 years old. So I make this deal with God. And I go into prison, and man, I'm getting in fights with this guy, and they're bigger than me. And one way or another, I'm coming out on top time and again. Going up in cells with people bigger than me, everything you can think of. Oh, Ricky Dye comes out smiling without a mark on him every time, it seemed like. And I get over here at Hinton, and we had just got there. We hadn't been there a long time because I hadn't been there but a few months. I know that because they had all the people in Oklahoma on B unit. I've talked about that in other videos. And And they had all the guys from North Carolina on ANC trying to more or less keep us protected from these guys because there were so many of them. There was just a few hundred of us. There's over 1,000 of these guys, and we get into it with them, and they come from down the hallways, and the police can't even stop them. There's just too many. So it pretty much come to a head like that. I talked about it in another video. So now they've got all the Oklahomas over here on B unit, and there's still a lot of North Carolinas over here. And when they have movements, the guards try to keep them guys on ANC from getting in B unit, but they do still get in. And sometimes you can look up, and there'll be 2 or 3 Oklahoma guys over here, and here comes 8 or 10 North Carolina guys jumping on them, taking their shit, just because we're from another state. Doesn't matter if we were white or black. We had to stick together. Indian, Mexican, didn't matter. Oklahoma's, baby. We were sticking together. So that's pretty much where it's at. And so everyone from Oklahoma had to be a writer. You know what I'm saying? And my partner's there, a dude named Babyhead. Babyhead came to prison when he was 17 years old. He was a black guy. And we were always into the same things. We played poker all the time, played basketball all the time. That's what I did all day. Poker, basketball, poker, basketball. And him too. And so I was always around this guy. And the fact that he came in when he was 17, but now he's been in for 10 years. He's doing a life sentence. Unlike me, who will someday get another chance. He's never getting out. This is his life now. He came in when he was 17, and he's never going home. And so, but there was a kinship between me and him because we liked the same things, because he came when he was young, because when he came in, people pressured him over the gay thing, tried to make him gay because he was a young, cute black guy. And usually the black guys don't have any problems with the gay stuff. Usually other black guys don't allow that shit. They pull them up. You ain't messing with them. But people don't do that with the whites. You're pretty much on your own if you're a young, good-looking white guy. And so I had a kinship with this guy, and we became fast friends. But he was several years old. When I was 17, he was 26, I think. So he's about 9 years older than me. But we're good friends, regardless if he was black and I was white. And he showed up. He was on the yard with us. And this other white guy shows up, and they lock Babyhead up. And they put this guy right in Babyhead's cell. Okay? At the time, Babyhead didn't have a cell partner. But they take Babyhead, put him in lockup. Going to ship him away and put this guy in his cell. Come to find out, this guy had a separatiz on Babyhead from another yard. He had went to the police and told on Babyhead for something and put a separatiz on him, which means they can't be on the same yard together. So now Babyhead is locked up because this guy came here. And now this guy's got his cell. And the police will make sure no one bothers to put a camera on it for when they're not watching. So me and some other guys get together, and I'm like, these black guys supposed to be his partner. I'm like, why are y'all not running this dude off? You know what I'm saying? None of the white boys are going to say nothing. We don't give a fuck, dude. Y'all go run his motherfucking ass off. Maybe Babyhead can get back out. It's the only reason they got Babyhead locked up, because this dude's here. And they give him his cell. Y'all going to let that happen? Oh, we're going to get him later on. And so here's where I messed up. And some people are going to say I'm a stand-up dude for standing up for my partner. But a Christian is going to say it was none of my business. The man had never done anything to me. And even if he had, it wouldn't justify doing what I was about to do. So I decided to take it upon myself to run this dude off. So they got a camera on his cell, and I can't get him up there. So when you go in and out of the day room, say there's a day room right here. Well, there's a rotunda, and you can go around that rotunda, and that's how you go into the different day rooms. Okay, so you're coming up a long hallway. You open the door. There's a circle right there that you can walk around. And in the middle of that circle is where the guards go up some stairs up there, and they're above you watching all the day rooms. So you can go around this rotunda and go into the different day rooms. So what I do is I go in, I get a t-shirt, and I'm going to show you how I did it. So I get a t-shirt, and I put it on my head like this. Take the sleeves. See here? Yeah. Tie it in the back. Now, I do that. And I get me a long sleeve. When we got there, they had us in khakis. So I put on these khakis. They're long sleeve. And I got on sweats. And I got on a pair of shorts and a t-shirt underneath it. And I got a pair of gloves on. So I got out there and I wait on that rotunda when he goes to chow for him to come back from the chow hall. because he has to come back for chow on the way to his cell. So I'm waiting around the corner where he can't see me, and I got this old black guy standing there waiting on him to tell me when he comes in. So as soon as he's coming, he says, "Here he comes, Rick. Here he comes, Rick. Here he comes, Rick." So I'm waiting around the corner. A couple people come in ahead of him. I'm waiting on him to slide him, man, right there in that rotunda. And there's a couple people come in, and they look at me, and they see that mask, and they're like, "What the fuck is going on?" You know what I'm saying? Give me a wide berth. I walk on by there, and then he says, "Here he is. He's coming in right now." Door opens, he steps in, and someone stops him and starts talking to him, jamming him up, asking him if he told on baby head, this and that. And he's stopping me from getting him. So I come around there, tap that dude on the shoulder, he turn around, bam, slit him. He goes down against the door. I hit him with a knee. When he did, the door flies open. Someone opens the door, and I'm staring down the hall at Master Control. And here he is on the ground underneath me, and he's crawling, trying to get away. And he runs straight that way. I'm standing staring at the door. So I run in there, take all that shit off, walk out there. Hey, let me play. I started getting on the basketball court I'm playing, and I got away with it. No one told on me. I thought I got away with it, but the Lord saw me, I guess, or something, man. Whatever you want to think. But here's what happened, though. It wasn't a few days, man, and that black dude tried to steal on me over those tennis shoes. He tried to steal from me. He tried to steal on me, man. First time someone did that. Every fight, no one had stole on me. But boom, here it is. And I find myself in lockup, man. And when I told you guys about, I'm up there selling weed out the window and shit. And when I first got up there, I needed a light. I had a cigarette, I didn't have a light. And I'm looking out the door, and across, I was in a corner, and in the door right next to me was that dude, man, and he gave me a light. And the next 3 times I got into a fight, I got sucker punched. The next 3 times. And I'm wondering how many times is that going to happen before karma calls that even. Because I've never been sucker punched in my life until I sucker punched that guy. And then the next 3 times in a row, I got sucker punched. So got to be careful the deals you try to make, even though I do not think you can make deals with the Lord. I want to thank everybody who has watched the video. I want to thank you guys who have subscribed, as always. Shout out to the riders and dyers, the riders who ride till the wheels fall off, and the dyers keep riding even when they do. You guys ain't got your addresses yet. No one's but John Doe's. Need them addresses before the first rolls round. Got a gift for you guys, token of my appreciation. I know the video's short. I'll make sure the next one's longer, and I'll see you guys in a couple of days. I hope to see you in the next video. And until then, may God bless, keep, and protect each one of you. Peace out.